evening, and I forget which one we're recording. AmeetsV. Hello, I'm the bag. I've been yet to be named. I probably had a name. I can't remember it now. Did you just call me Jeeves? That's like calling me Alfred.
Jeeves is good.
No, I don't want to be Jeeves, because then I just think of Ask Jeeves.
Can we call you
Alright,
Alfred?
no, shut up. We're trying to record here. Alright, we're doing AmeetsV. I'm the bag. I forgot my name again. I'm Chris. What's your name? Yes, I am Baggins. I am Baggins.
Sir Baggins.
Sir Baggins of Bagginshire.
Sir Baggins of Bagginshire. I'm Kaito, and we have a special guest with us from Geeks of the Week, Luluko.
Hi.
Also, yeah.
Hello.
Girlfriend.
So, yes. Alright, Joe, I'm being summoned elsewhere, so I must bid good day. Off!
He must destroy the paper ring.
My people need me.
I'm needed on my home
Play
planet.
this song to my people.
AmeetsV, back to a bit of its traditional format that we tried doing in episode 2, which got scrapped because half of the recording was busted.
Recording issues.
Wonderful.
So this time, I've got a hat. I have, if you can see the red, Luffy's straw hat.
If you remember, this is the hat we used in the recordings.
This actually wasn't the hat we used in the recording.
We use a fedora a lot.
We used the fedora the first time.
No, but we have used the Luffy hat before.
Oh yeah, but I never posted that video. It probably will never get posted.
Oh,
It'll probably get
spoiler
distributed
alert.
for everybody else's.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But everyone, there's 8 topics in here, 2 from each of us, technically, sort of just topics that are written down for us to talk about. Some of them are news, some of them are experiences, so you can get to know us a little bit better, and what we're looking forward to, or things that we felt in the past. Everyone's going to get to pick one. Whatever's left over, we'll probably pick one extra one right at the end. I don't want to start. Who wants to start?
Let our special guest start.
Yeah.
I'm getting high off of this crazy glue.
Crazy glue!
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Tentacle, bento, and soda pop.
Wow!
Wow!
That's
So that's what a Chris is.
We're starting it off.
We're starting it off pretty
classy.
classy.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, Soda Pop is a company that makes a miniatures game.
They're now, don't glue to myself. Okay. They're now expanding into a card game. It's kind of like Go Fish, and the premise of the game is you are a tentacle monster raiding a school, and sexual jokes everywhere.
Yeah, and also there's their board game, Super Dungeon Explorer.
Super Dungeon Explorer. The rules for Runic Knights are going to come out later this year. I forget which convention they are debuting it at. But there's that, and then Tentacle Bento will be their next major property, I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
They may come up with expansions for that. There is an expansion now for Super Dungeon Explorer.
which would be a nice thing to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we have the $100 to drop on that kind of board game.
Yep.
I mean, like, even though I would want to drop $100 on Twilight Imperium first, just to
100
record.
U.S. American dollars.
Yep. 599 US dollars. 599 US dollars. So I think they're a good company. I think they're.
Yes.
I continue with.
So the reason this is in the hat is because they had done a Kickstarter to get Tentacle Bento funding, and they needed to reach a goal of $13,000 to get funded. It made that in like a week.
Yeah.
My problem is now they'd made up to $50,000 by the time their thing closed. The problem was during the entire span of the thing, all of their promotional items that they're giving away as it reaches these price markers, you get a figurine here, promo cards, a poster, and now the last item that they've added is an actual bento box. The problem is the entire time they were doing this promotion, they were saying the school spirit level, which is the $40 get in on, when they actually meant the fan service level, which is the $50. So that was the big bummer for me, because I funded the game and it was like, hey, this is going to be fun once it gets here because we'll get it early, we get to have fun.
We get to unbox it and have a playing of it,
We get to have fun with tentacles. But that's my thing is, after this whole time they did a month of funding, it comes out, oh, that whole time we meant fan service level instead of school spirit level.
Yeah. And that's not terrible. I mean, it's $10 more. So I mean, like that's a little bit more money out of our pockets. But
Yeah, my only thing now is that they say the game's going to come out in August. They're hoping to ship it late August. Now everybody who's pre-ordered or has funded at the lower level is going, post the link so we can upgrade. That's the thing. They have not updated their website yet. It hasn't changed since the funding closed. And that's really, really bugging people like me.
That would bug the frick out of me too. So, special guest star in Ogonix.
Put them in my crotch.
What's this one? Okay. The Monster Hunter Museum.
Okay. Has
Okay, you will take that one.
Right. This is totally mine.
Oh, you're doing the accent.
I know I'm gonna go with it.
All right.
I'm gonna go with it. I don't care. The Monster Hunter Museum opened up a couple of years ago with the silver Rathalos, the life-size Rathalos, and it was drop dead gorgeous of this.
There are
monster.
photos online.
There are photos online you would find, but now they did like an anniversary of this museum where they shown a gold Rathian, and the thing is, it moves. It moves, it roars, it's animatronic.
We need to get our cosplays, go to Japan, and stand outside of it.
Yeah. Yes, we need to stand with weapons going, we've got you, you little bosser. we got you.
It looked really good. The video was very nice.
I cried.
Somebody posted a video of it. It's definitely on Shaggy's Facebook page, and I'm kind of into Monster Hunter. I want to get more into it again. I was into it for a very deep passion, very way back a few years ago. Not as into it as say my two roommates over there and our other roommate Nick. But I was very into it, and I really enjoyed the time I played the game. And I would go. I would honestly go to the museum. I would.
This museum doesn't just have the life-size monsters there. They have the actual props they've made that look real. Like they've taken it from the game, made it seamlessly out of the monster parts, and it's right there. They've also made little props and things, and you can go. There's obviously a little shop, gift shop, whatever. It looks great. They have a little poogie. It's not like leather bound, an actual piggy. It's an actual plastic life size. They're all life size to scale size of the items.
We would never leave.
We would never leave. I would sleep there. I would break in, sleep on. I'm assuming they would have the bedroom from one of the older monsters. I would sleep in there. Is that person sleeping in there? Oh no, he's part of the scenery because he's in armor and sleeping on the bed. Just sleep there.
It's great and it's fantastic. I picture it as yours and Nick's major pilgrimage to sit there and just start drafting and stuff, and it's because if I remember correctly, they also have models of the hunters as well.
Yeah, they have the armor there.
So yeah, that would be your thing to just go and I'm sketching this just to make this.
No, I would sit there and just go. There would be a footprint of me embedded in the concrete because I'd be there for so long, just standing there, just ogling this thing. And go to the next place. There'd be more of my footprints there. How long has this person been sitting here? I'm standing here. It's
a lot of helpless if there's a Kyron girl.
Yeah.
Not all about the Kyron girl. Or the Naruga girl. There are other female armors out there.
Banana.
Not even. The Gipsaro's female armor. Oh my god. That thing is gorgeous.
Just like some of the designs, I know that.
The maiden armor, they look like they're out of Italia.
I like the other ones too, like the butterfly armor.
The banana.
No, that's Bug. Obituary armor was the butterfly.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That was Obituary S.
I just wanted to make
where it had the wings.
the other armor because it was easier.
Which
But
one?
the one that looks like Italia.
Oh yeah, the Guild Maiden.
Yeah.
Slide that over to them.
Wheel of Morality.
Turn. Tell us the lesson that we shall learn.
You can teach an old dog new tricks, but you can't teach Madonna to act.
Oh!
Oozing.
She's not doing any better today.
P4 Arena.
Yeah.
Persona 4 Arena.
Of course,
Greatest
I'll be
and
back.
dumbest idea ever.
The greatest and dumbest idea ever.
No, when they first announced it, I was like, this is, like, I love Persona, and I love fighting games, and I was like, this is really kind of stupid. And then they were like, JK, the same people who made Blade were making it. I'm like, okay, I can trust them with it. And so I think the idea is sort of, it's still ridiculous, but it looks like they did such a good job with it that
I think it's interesting that it's going to be a 6-button fighter instead of an 8.
You mean a 4?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's a 6-button fighter. It's not a 4-button fighter. The thing that gets one of the reasons why this is up is because just recently they released their new trailer for the English cast, showing more English voices off. Johnny Young Bosch is the protagonist.
And she is spasming.
Yes, she is. She's spasming over the fact that Johnny is in the game still.
He has to be, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well,
But he made
Not like
words.
it did much as a
He made words this time. He's
Yeah.
not just. No, he's
Or going,
making
"Ugh!"
He's graduated from sound effects.
he's graduated from playing the villain Adachi, who is now in jail, and making noises and just saying persona to actually being able to speak.
Maybe
as
like
you.
Link has actual dialogue.
Yes,
Dot,
which is
dot.
something I would love.
Nah.
Because in Skyward Sword, you see him talking to people. He actually is making gestures and mannerisms and everything, but the lines are never there, and it's just kind of like.
Let's go back to this.
Well, one of the reasons why is because you, of course, played as Link, and you would all of his experiences are yours. So why does he need to re-explain everything with the dialogue?
Why do they need to re-explain everything when we pick up the same item we have 40 of?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Back
You
to
found
V4.
another one!
Back to V4.
Holy shit!
Thanks for describing it again!
Oh, I forgot what this was about.
So, the game comes out when?
Totally forgot.
It's like August 13th, I think.
August 13th. That's 5 days before my birthday. She has the whole thing already on pre-order.
But I have nothing to play it on, so happy birthday.
Hey,
What is it, a PS3?
It was
Yeah, it's
You're
PS3.
You can always come down the moment you get it,
Well, I'm probably gonna come down for your birthday.
so we can play it together.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
break it in.
Bring it in, yeah.
So you just stare at Naruto.
It's probably going to be the
It's
second
time to
fighter.
attack, not auto attack.
It's-
It's stare.
It's
Yep.
probably going to be the second fighter.
I told you I'm playing this game with one hand.
I'll move in a moment. Yeah, I moved for like
I'm
5
being
seconds.
beaten up. I don't care. I don't care.
It's probably going to be the second fighter I invest most of my time into. Definitely the first when I get my 360 back is going to be KOF. I'm going to play that for a while, see if I can get good at it again, because I love
And
King
then
Fighters.
teach me to be good at it.
Yes.
I'm
Alright.
pretty good with button mash.
Are we gonna move on to the next topic?
Yeah, let's have Chris pick one.
Okay,
Let's see
pick a
what-
topic, big
yeah.
bloody boy.
Well, I
I by the Queen of England.
Your most meaningful video game journey and why? All of that means.
So basically, I wrote this one down. It's basically one of the games you played with the most memorable journey for you and why it was memorable. What made that journey special?
I can totally answer this because I was ready.
Oh, go for it.
Earthbound.
Oh yeah.
Earthbound. If any of you know the history, or know of Ness, if you just played with, well, I played Smash Brothers as Ness. This kid from One Ed. What do you do? One Ed. Okay, Ness in Earthbound. He's just a normal, average day kid. Out of nowhere, boom, meteor smashes on top of the hill next to your house. You go to investigate it. Okay, you are told by, I'm going to call him the best companion, even though he only lives for like 5 minutes. The best companion you can have in any game. His name was Buzz. A flying bee who came from 10 years into the future to tell you, you are destined to save the world from the evil villain. Ooh. Gaius, I think it was.
Yeah, it's Gygus.
Never pronounce it right. Anyway.
Gygus.
Gaius.
The evil
And
villain.
then he's told you and your 3 other companions, Paul, Jeff, and Pooh.
Shut up. I'm sorry. Pooh.
That's spelled P-U, not P-O-O.
Still, poo.
It's actually spelled P-O-O.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Ha!
Now I get to laugh and giggle like a
Because
schoolboy.
when you auto-name the characters, it's Ness, Paula, Jeff, and then Pooh.
Why is she named Pooh? Do her parents not love her?
He.
Why is he named Pooh? Does his parents not love him?
Anyway, you are told you must go to these eight magical places to collect the sounds on your sound stone to defeat Gigas. Well, you were traveling around. Your first stop is the Bigfoot in this on this mountain nearby. Okay, fine, whatever. I gotta go. But Buzzbuzz has told you that weird villains have appeared, or
Hey, listen!
no. But he told pretty much as he's dying, which is funny because he gets killed not by a crazy attack. He gets killed by your stupid neighbor's mother. Slaps on the floor. Whack! Oh, no! No, Buzzbuzz, no! And it's pretty much that's where the game starts. He's told you gotta go on this this wondrous journey to save the world.
So why is that game? What made that game really?
Nobody
special?
look at my butt!
This game was so long. It wasn't like, oh, you could beat the game in like 2 hours, 3 hours, like Super Mario RPG, which came out right before it, but pretty much.
But then again, you have to remember back then when you first played Super Mario RPG, did you beat it in 2 hours?
Not 2 hours, but in a sense,
Yeah, it's...
the game was quick. But Earthbound took you forever. But you went to places you never thought you would have gone in an RPG. First plot, pretty much you started in your town of One Ed. Then you ended up in the town of Tucson. Yay, Tucson.
Yeah. You must never go there.
You must never go there. and then after you pretty much meet a cast of characters who pretty much become in a sense your allies. And one of the first is the Runaway Five, which are the Blues Brothers. That's what they are. They're the Blues Brothers. They tell you, oh, you saved us out of a jam. We'll take you to the next town. Threed. Which is infected by zombies and ghosts and, undead. But what the hell's going on? We don't know. But pretty much right before you get to Threed, you pretty much save Paula from... okay, this game is all spoilers. If you haven't played the game, well, I'm sorry. It's,
Actually, stop right there. Don't tell them anymore. Make
Tell
them
more.
play the game.
Okay, pretty much you save Paula from a cult.
Okay. Now...
Then you go into Threed, which, like I said, is infected with zombies.
Shaggy!
What?
Let them play it!
Whoa, wait! It's pretty much, I'm telling you the journey of why this game is...
But no. Tell me why. Don't tell me why through what happens in the game. Tell me why. What makes you emotionally attached to the game? The characters, the character relationships.
The entirety of its story, its plot, its build-up to the characters. It's not just, oh, you meet your party members one after another. Here, go fight this guy. Then level up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay.
It's the journey that it takes from your waking up in your bed, being told you gotta save the world, to the very end of the game. To this day, I pretty much almost beat the game, and I'm like, the final fight, but when you finally beat the game, you're like, it's like beating Contra.
Yeah, it's like beating a Contra. Or, Toho. Toho is a great metaphor.
Yeah, Toho games. Just the top-down shooters, not the fighter.
What about you, Chris?
Give me like next.
What?
Give me next.
Do you next?
He's gotta get
Go
ready.
next.
Do you want to go first? You want me to go?
You go because I need to think on it a little bit more.
Okay. Mine's actually very recent. Very recent game, and it's just because of the journey that this one has itself, but I have to say Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword is literally my most memorable game, and it's not just because I played it just recently, it's because every time I would pick the game up and then after a while playing it and put it down, I would just keep remembering everything that was happening to Link and what was going on. I mean, you start out from being called the hero of the goddess to being kicked in the teeth because you're not doing your job, as somebody puts it. And then the last 2 hours of that game are just the moment she got kidnapped because she couldn't do anything about it, and the look on Link's face instantly, no, it was like I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna kick his ass right now. He was that pissed. And that, the emotion, you could feel it from the character, a character who's never said a line ever other than the grunts and moans and the, running and stuff. Yeah, other than all the yelling and stuff like that, other than all of that, you see it. You see the intensity in his eyes. This guy has just taken the woman you love and is trying to kill her.
How many times has he loved her?
This is the first time.
This is the first time.
We can go in chronological.
This was their best game for this franchise. There's no doubts about it. Everyone else can hate me for it. The Wii controls were fantastic. Yeah, I did have a few problems here and there, but I really would never want to play another Zelda game without the Wii mode. They've literally sold me. If they could just continue to improve on the motion controls.
It's better going to the Wii U now.
Yeah, today.
But they said the peripherals are backwards compatible, so I'm very happy with that. But just the kind of like the Earthbound thing, waking up, it's a normal day, your bird's captured, you don't know where your bird is, you find your bird, and then you have the test to become a knight.
Alright, I can be a knight. Oh, I gotta go do some other stuff first.
Yeah.
Dang it.
And then
I just wanted to be a knight.
I want to save the world, but I gotta do this first.
So, I mean...
Hold on, I gotta go catch this fish.
The cast is great. The plot is a little predictable, but it's still good. It's a Zelda game. Well, it was predictable, but what really, I think, makes that game the greatest journey for me right now, anyway, is those final two fights. The final fight with Girahim and the final boss, who I'm not going to say anything about because...
I would.
Like,
I haven't beaten it yet.
Yeah, well, for one, she hasn't beaten it yet, and two, there are people out there. But the final fight with Girahim is...
And it's already spoiled by now if you haven't known.
The final fight with Girahim was super easy. The final fight with the final boss, I couldn't get this one part right for a while, and it had me frustrated as all heck, and I had to put it down and walk away from it, and then I finally came back and I beat it, and I was very happy about that. Beat it with the shield, but everything before it, and leading up to it, all the interactions between Link and Zelda, and especially that one scene, Chris, that you were out here on the couch for, where she basically comes out and says that she has been...
I'm sorry.
Oh, my... Yeah, she basically apologizes, and it's like... Oh, man, mind just blown.
It's like, wow, if this was one of those games where you could choose stuff, that'd be like, I quit. There's a quit. There should be a quit option there.
Yeah, and it was one of those games where you could choose things, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just being all nonchalant about everything, and I'm like, no, it's okay, it's cool, I love you.
Wait, what?
And then, no!
Dude, what? Oh my god! So, do I continue?
I really like it because, okay, here's the major reason why I really like it. Zelda has had a small part in every single game before this one. And in this game, she is like the most important character. It really is. You feel like it. Even though you're playing Link, you feel like this game really is the Legend of Zelda.
It only took up how many years?
Right? Okay, we will...
We finally made a game about Zelda, you guys. Maybe people
Game
will stop
series
calling Link Zelda now.
Yeah.
Maybe the whole series should have called Legend of Link.
Literally.
Well, there is Link's Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Link's Adventure.
Link
Oh,
to
and
the
Link's Awakening.
Past.
Link's Awakening, A Link to the Past. 3 games that have the word Link in them.
Yeah,
Um,
they're
people
all
still don't know
prefaced
his
with
name.
a legend, the
Legend
Legend
of
of
Zelda,
Zelda.
A Link to the Past.
So it's great that we've got this game that has happened, this game that has come out, and I'm very happy and very super excited that it just drives me to wait for the next game.
Well, you know,
Joyce,
it might
what's
be
yours?
good.
I kind of have a tie. One of them I don't really count because I'm like this close to finishing it. I just haven't yet. But probably like the big one for me. It's another Zelda game, but it's not one that people I think would expect. It would be Phantom Hourglass. For the main reason that it was my first Zelda game,
Yeah.
but also Phantom Hourglass. It's a good game. Fuck the haters. But
I hate how you get the last heart piece.
yeah, some of the dungeons were kind of good, but
Last heart piece is the stupidest heart
yeah.
piece.
But it was an
I don't wanna-
important game for
Huh?
me.
I don't want to know.
Can I
Sorry.
talk? It was an important game for me because I decided to I didn't grow up with Zelda like most other people did. Like I grew up watching others play Ocarina of Time, but I never played it, got to play it myself. And I never had an NES, so I didn't get to play all the older games either. So I didn't really understand that Zelda was kind of a big deal till I got older. And what was it, like 3 Christmases ago, my ex-girlfriend left me like a week before Christmas, and I needed something to get my mind off of her. And the one thing she wasn't into was Zelda. So I went to GameStop and I picked up the first Zelda game I could find, and it was the Phantom Hourglass. And that game was just, it really saved me because I threw myself into it and
What?
Drop this.
Get off the piece! No, it's the mirror of this one.
Oh, God.
The wheel. It's like the smallest piece you could drop, and I dropped it.
Is it over there? Wait. Is that one of mine? Wait. That is one of mine.
anyway.
Found it.
Oh, it's under my foot.
Crisis averted.
Anyway, so, and like I said, I'd never played a Zelda game before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but it was mentally challenging, but not so hard that you couldn't beat it, and so that made it really fun for me. It was a game that made you really think. Also, I really love Toon Link because he's adorable. And I like Tetra as well. And not only was it my first Zelda game, but I actually beat it, so I was finally able to say, I had finally established some nerd cred being able to say that I beat a Zelda game. And I don't usually beat a whole lot of games because I have so many of them going at once and not a whole lot of time to play them, so that is definitely one of my accomplishments as a geek, was finally being able to say I played and beat a Zelda game. So I will forever be very defensive about Toon Link and the handheld games. My backup answer is Persona 3 because people will complain about that game and say that
That
it's
game's
just,
awesome.
yes, thank you. That's why I like Hobbits. But, there's some people...
I'm sorry, I beat that game at level 95.
By yourself.
Yeah.
But, some people...
Oh, I can't go to this one.
Can I talk? Some people will say that that game is just about a bunch of teenagers being emo, and while it is really depressing at points, it's got some of the most human characters I've ever encountered in any medium, regardless of what it is, regardless of genre, regardless of everything. There's so few things that I've ever played or read or watched that got me attached to characters as much as Persona 3 has. So while that game doesn't have much personal sentimental value to me, that game punched me in the feels harder than almost anything ever has, and that's why, despite what anybody else says, I will defend that game to my grave, because I think it's just, the characters are just fucking brilliant.
Okay, I have a question real quick before we move on. For Phantom Hourglass, did you get the final heart piece?
I don't remember.
Okay, it's the one where, okay, I'm at the final boss dungeon door. I have to exit this dungeon that's like 55 levels and go through them all again.
I don't think I did that.
That was the stupidest thing.
That's pretty fucked, yeah.
Okay, I'm there. I'm ready to beat the game. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not a perfect game
That was
by
that
any
stupid.
means, but I still enjoyed it, so.
Right, Levins?
Okay.
Hold on, 1 sec.
Let me tell you the tale of my people.
He needs a drink before he can deal with his feels.
He's been drinking this whole time. That coffee hasn't had anything but Kahlua and coffee in it.
Yeah, I don't drink my coffee with milk or sugar. I put whiskey in it, but that's later. Okay, so mine, if you've watched the episodes, it may be a clue. Legend of Dragoon. And I'm going to go... Hold on. I have the exact same reasons as that guy. I'm pointing at Ian.
I played that game.
Yeah. Not you, but him. But because it's one of those where you get emotionally attached to the two main characters, and you just want to grab their heads together and just go...
Kiss already!
And then she gets
Start making out!
And then she gets kidnapped again! And you go to save her again! But then my second one is P3. Because those two games are the only games where I have never slept and actually I have stayed up nights and just played that game. Just playing this game.
I think the only thing...
work/school in an hour. I haven't slept. Screw this.
Since she brought up a game that she hasn't beaten, I'll bring up one that I haven't beaten on a technicality-wise, and it's also one that I relate to as well. Another journey that I really like. That would be the first 4 dot hack games. Infection, Mutation,
Outbreak.
Outbreak.
They all go alphabetically.
Yeah, they all go alphabetically.
That's
and,
what I like.
oh man, just the cast of that game is fantastic. The combat is a little bit something to be.
Well, I'm sure we can look at all of these games and say there could be improvement here.
Oh
there.
yeah, like
but still.
Now, yeah, but like going into an actual menu to cast spells was an interesting thing. You didn't have hotkeys for them. And like that was absolutely one of the things that I really liked. It felt like an MMO because I had to go into menus to cast certain spells and do certain things.
And talk to people to trade.
And talk to people to trade. And that was
Wow!
really cool. It's a
This
game
is like
about
playing WoW, but I'm not online.
it's a game about an MMO
Expression.
that's not an MMO, and I really like it mainly because of the character interactions. It's one of those games that had human characters. Like you had Kite, this kid who was thrown into everything, wanted nothing to do with it, just wanted to try out this game with his buddy.
Why do all other games we like have that stuff that are going on?
Right? It's like
The guy's just randomly thrown into
it.
Because Legend of Dragoon, he comes back from this journey to a war.
Yeah. And then
I know.
Link,
My
I
secondary.
just wanted to be a knight.
I just wanted to be
I just wanted to be a normal kid.
I wanted to be a normal kid and love Zelda and just pretty hair and pretty
I was a
teeth.
pirate. I wanted to be a high schooler.
I know my secondary one is a really old one too.
What?
The Secret of Mana.
Well, you're such a big old school.
You know what? There's no problem with it. The Secret
Shut
of
up,
Mana.
Shut up, kid. Back in my day, we used to have to blow on cartridges before we put them
Back to
in.
my day, we only had 150 Pokemon.
Back
What's
in
your
my
one,
day.
Wrong. No, I won't fight that one.
I'll fight you. Let us go fight.
Oh,
With cartridges.
No, we're not doing that again. Back in my day, we had cartridges with foam packaging at the bottom of them.
Oh, that's the other one.
But I say Secret of Mana because, like everyone else, it's the kid who's thrown into it. Well, he's being bullied on top of this long bridge. He gets pushed off, and he finds a magic sword. But the magic sword is rusted.
There it is.
The
Foam.
styrofoam.
Well,
We
and
now
that's-
take this break for foam.
Yes, foam. We need to draw a face like Plank
On the foam.
on the foam.
And then
Here's
sell it, and
foamy.
then see if anybody ever notices it. Email me.
What? Yeah, he get kicked out of the village after he defeats the monster that kidnapped one of the kids, and then he goes off, blah blah blah, save the world.
Hey, look! Just like in Golden Sun Dark Dawn, but we didn't do anything. We came back to the village and look, there's still trouble. Why didn't we solve this?
You know,
30-hour game!
I feel Final Fantasy VIII is almost the exact same way, only the thing that they take away from the being thrown into it is they throw him into the role of a leader, like disc 3 or 2. Two. They throw him into the role of a leader, disc 2. He's already a leader in disc 1, but they throw him into a bigger leader role. But the thing that he's...
Like one more.
You know, find one more.
Who wants to do it? Let's
stick all of our hands in one pot.
Let's have her do it. Let's have her do it.
I was going to say let's put all our hands in one pot.
But then you got in disc 1 where he's like kind of not thrown into it because he's
Sonic and Hello Kitty.
No! Sonic will never be Hello Kitty. I'm saying that right now.
I don't understand what this is about.
Sega wants Sonic to be as recognizable as Hello Kitty. In some cases, he is, but they want him to be as marketable. They want companies to go, hey, we want Sonic on our merchandise. We want Sonic on this, on this. He will never be Hello Kitty.
It's too late for that.
He's way too late for that.
If it was no, because everybody's just gonna, they're just ripping off Hello Kitty.
Yeah, and
because they are.
I like Sonic, and I like Hello Kitty. I'm not one of the only people in this house who's a male and likes Hello Kitty. Here we go. Hang on 1 second.
Lovin's.
These are my new shoes. Can you see them?
Yeah, Hello Kitty shoes.
But it's something like if it came up for the, like if it went back to the Dreamcast era when Sonic came out, then maybe to make him iconic. But now it's too late.
They kind of have trying because since the Dreamcast, how many new games have they tried to sell Sonic into? You got a racing, you got riders,
Heroes.
We don't talk about riders in this household.
Hey, shut up. I'm using it as an example. Let's go to the Olympics.
Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic
Unleashed.
Shadow. Oh yeah, the Unleashed one.
The Unleashed one, which is basically, hey look, we're Twilight Princess.
Werewolf. Sonic.
Yeah.
Where Sonic?
Is the Black Knight the one where it's like, I'm a human girl and I'm attracted to a hedgehog?
No, that's Sonic 06.
Ah.
Colors.
That was so... Colors was good. Colors was a nice 3D throwback to the original. It did great things and great strides. I keep hearing nothing but great things, and I see great freaking gameplay. And Generations is just the best Sonic game to come out in the last damn decade.
It was their anniversary.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about it. Sega, if you ever see this,
Sega. Hold on before you bad mouth.
You will never...
I want another game like this, made from the people by Sonic Team.
Okay. You will never be...
In America.
He will never be as popular as Hello Kitty, even if you did a Sonic Hello Kitty crossover.
Like it was Monster Hunter,
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
We could just randomly start listing off the franchises that have already gone into bed with Hello Kitty.
Evangelion, Capcom.
Street Fighter!
Oh my god, I want that.
Bison Hello Kitty.
No, Chun-Li Hello Kitty.
Bison
There's like
Hello
3
Kitty.
of them.
I know.
There's traditional, there's alpha, there's mini ones, there's a Ryu Hello Kitty. I like the Bison one personally.
Then you get Evangelion, Monster Hunter, Vans, just because I pulled out the shoe.
Yeah,
product
Vans.
placement. Yay!
Yeah. There's just too many to list. One Piece.
Oh yeah.
Mini fridges.
Mini fridges.
Keeping my drink cold.
Let me see that. That wasn't long enough to talk about. Let me see that. I'm gonna do one.
Keeping my drink cold.
I didn't get to give my piece on this.
Okay, you
Sonic
go.
will never be like Hello Kitty because he's basically, it boils down to he's not kawaii enough. That's basically what it is, because like, okay, speaking as somebody who probably loves Hello Kitty more than Lovin's,
Hey, I'll go put on the booty shorts.
I have some too, fucker.
With you?
No, I didn't think to bring
Alright then! No, wait, Chris, come back!
Well,
damn it, Joyce!
Okay,
Continue while
while he's gonna go prepare to scar you all, really what makes Hello Kitty so marketable is that she's adorable, and really she doesn't have any sort of franchise behind her, which is like kind of what makes it more amazing that she's that huge, but that's what also makes her so marketable, is that she's not really attached to anything, she's just there to be cute. And now, I'm a person who's very big on characters, and liking characters with substance. That's why I don't like Vocaloid, because they basically exist to represent a voice, and they're not actual characters haters can hate. But I love Hello Kitty, just because everything she's on is fucking adorable, and I'm just like, I just see it, and it's like this instant Pavlovian thing, I need to own it. And Sonic doesn't have that same appeal. I think Hello Kitty is... Basically, girls like to buy shit. And so Hello Kitty...
At least you kept your pants on.
Yeah.
God damn it, Muffins, that's cheating.
Fine.
But,
Oh,
yeah. Wait, where's my dollar bill?
Hey, hands off the girls.
Girl, though.
But yeah,
You know that?
guys aren't... I mean, Sonic does have...
So distracting.
Sonic... and, you know, one of my good friends is, like, crazy obsessed with Sonic, and she's a girl, but, Sonic still more broadly appeals to men and boys, and guys aren't as into buying random crap with characters on it as girls are.
Unless they're children.
Even then, it's kind of... That's
Yes,
something
but see, I've seen so many kids with stupid Angry Bird t-shirts. The plushies.
That's true.
I want to light them all
Yeah,
on
that's
fire.
fucking stupid.
The products, not the children.
Because that was short.
I have to clarify.
What's this one?
This one. Western story versus Eastern story. There have been a lot of games that have come out in the American market recently that their stories have either fallen short or fallen flat. And there's nothing really wrong with that, but there have been a lot of stories that come from the European franchises of game companies as well as everything that comes from the Far East, we could say, that's just a little bit more appealing and the stories excel in different ways. For instance, when I played Skyward Sword, it felt more like I was reading a book at times, but I was a part of the action.
Well, that may be because we want to do this to tell a story. Most American games are, we want to do this to sell a product.
An action.
And my key problem with those are always going to be first-person shooter, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, those types of
Definitely.
games. I'm just a shooter with a story to string it along.
Yeah, I'm a shooter with the story for those of you who don't want to play multiplayer.
And I mean, yes, there are a few games coming out now that we're seeing that have great storytelling.
Tomb Raider.
No, I meant American-based.
Well, yeah.
Like
Well,
Far Cry.
Oh.
Sad, yes, I know the hypocrisy there. I know the hypocrisy there. I said first-person shooters, and Far Cry is based off a first-person shooter.
Is a
I'm sorry,
first-person shooter,
but
still,
it looks very interesting.
Fallout.
Fallout. I'm trying to think of.
Is Watch Dogs an American?
Yes, Watch Dogs
yeah,
is American.
there
That's
we
the
go.
one I was thinking.
Oh.
Of. Thank you.
Oh.
And there was one more from E3. Crap. It's the guys who did Heavy Rain.
Oh, Beyond.
Yes, Beyond.
I think is what it's called. I think it's called Beyond. The one with Ellen Page.
Yes,
Yes,
that one.
that. Oh.
So we know we can do it. We're just not doing it with every game.
Oh, and
that would be hard to ask of every game because not every game is going to be able to do that. Because even Japan and Europe, you're not going to get that. Because if you have a puzzle game, unless it's like Patapon, that's not going to be a very story-based.
Yeah, well, and then you've also got The Last of Us. Like
Yes.
that's also another exception.
But see, that one I don't think is going to have very much story to it. That one's just going to be about your journey.
Yeah, and a journey is a story.
It's one that you're experiencing. It's not one you're trying to tell.
Yeah. One of the other things is like the God of War series. They've had great story, but there's just been like
The first one had great story.
Well,
They do have story in the other ones, but it's all of I'm just angry and I'm going to kill Zeus.
yeah. But it's games that, going back, are games like, even to mention a few vulgar ones, No More Heroes, Beautiful Joe. What are some non-Suda 51 and what's the studio that developed Beautiful Joe? I can never remember that studio's name. They developed God Hand. They developed. You got it up there.
Reference.
It's Capcom, but
it's
studio-wise.
It's a different studio. Everybody's in love with this studio. It's the studio that developed Okami, which has a great story. Weird story, but a good story.
Okami was a good story.
The older Final Fantasy games. Just to say, I believe I've talked about Lightning and my dissatisfying taste. And 13 is a story that I'm trying to work myself through, and I'm enjoying bits and pieces of. I actually hope really had some character development in this chapter that I'm in right now, and I hate Hope. I hate him so much. I hate Hope and I hate Lightning. I like playing as Lightning because Lightning is the let me beat everything up character, because I can't play as Snow because Snow is still arrested. But I really don't like Lightning's character. And I had this conversation on the car ride into AX, and that was that Lightning is trying too hard to be a character. And a lot of Japanese games are doing this, most specifically Square Enix games. They have the main character, and your main character is this stoic badass who takes no prisoners, but at the same time is trying to have emotions. And the emotions that this character is conveying just fall short and fall flat. And it's a little disturbing. I mean, like, that's kind of where Japanese games come to my perspective for their characters. Their character development used to be, like, so intense and amazing. And this isn't all Japanese games. This is a generalization, of course. Whereas more American games, like the Mass Effect series, had wonderful, fleshed-out characters that you really felt their experiences, and some of the moments that were one-on-one with certain characters just felt so alive and so real. To quote my favorite moment in all three games from the least favorable game, Mass Effect 3, when you are up on the roof with Garrus, and you guys are having a shooting contest, and you have the choice to either shoot the can, or not shoot the can, and you choose not to. Garrus comes out and says, "I am Garrus, and this is my favorite spot on the Citadel," and that was endearing. Like, not only getting to choose whether or not you are a better marksman, and, I would always go with choosing not to, because that's just who I am. I would love for my friend to believe, not just to believe, but to, make it so viably in the game he's a better sniper than I am. And just that right there, that was an amazing story. Really, just like that clip is one of the reasons why, if I could work through Mass Effect, I would play Mass Effect 3. Versus the ending. Like, I would stop at the last 10 minutes. Because that's who I am.
Kojima.
His stories are fantastic, and his characters are wonderful.
Oh my god, Castlevania orgasm! Ah!
Castlevania fanboy.
Shut up. I'm not saying it's bad. I know.
You were the one who borrowed Lords of Shadows from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Now that he has another copy of that game, we should try sitting down and beating it.
I could finally finish it.
Yeah. I really like the new Castlevania. I liked old Castlevania. I'm a big, huge Symphony of the Night fan. And while there wasn't a lot of dialogue, there was a lot of, you
it boiled down to about an hour of story.
Yeah, it boiled, but the hour of story was good.
Yeah.
It was like 30 seconds of spoken dialogue between certain characters.
Patrick Stewart?
No, that's a different game.
Yeah.
No, we're talking before
We're talking about before
We're like
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night, Dawn of Sorrow, Order of Ecclesia,
Which
Dracula.
Did you bring your DS? Just to get a little off topic?
No.
No, you should have brought your DS.
I forgot.
It's okay.
I brought Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, she brought Arkham Asylum. So, I said there's going to be a Let's Play.
I think another problem America has, because I haven't seen this in any other. Well, no, I see it with TV shows, but let's stop making movies into games. I mean, it's fine, but you're not writing a story. You're just trying to put me inside a story I'm going to go watch later.
Battleship, the movie,
the game.
The game, based on the movie that's based on the board game. I always love doing
Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Let's go play a fighter based off of a movie. Let's based off a fighting game, because that's going to be awesome. That's going to be totally awesome.
Thank God they didn't do Mortal Kombat, the movie, the game.
Didn't they? No,
I hope not.
No, they
didn't. I would know of that if they did.
Chris Franks were just real people just in the background.
Really quickly, before we wrap this up, we'll do one more thing. There's one more thing in here that's actually segueing, so we'll do this. But I can't stand movie video games, and I think Angry Joe is right. We need to have the Rainbow Unicorn sticker to put on games that are terrible games so parents know not to buy them. And I literally would go into GameStop and I'd be slapping them on games that aren't worth buying, and they'd be like, what are you doing? I'm preventing atrocities at home, is what I'm doing.
You see, that's the thing. It's the parents that don't educate themselves. It's the kid going, Mommy, I want this game. Yeah, well, little Johnny, that game sucks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mommy. Let's go get something good.
He put it best when he said about Battleship, this game isn't worth full price. It is not worth discounted price. Mother or father or uncle who is buying this game for his nephew, just don't do it. Don't buy bad games for your kids.
But see, the problem with that is
I'm
they
not
need
gonna lie,
to
though.
be educated on those games.
Yeah, they really do. And that's what the Rainbow Unicorn sticker idea was. I'm not going to lie, though. I would buy a Cooking Mama game just to try it. I would. And
Better than Mama.
your greatest
I wouldn't try.
con, your greatest recent con memory. This is
man.
segueing into Monday.
Recent.
Yeah, this is segueing into next Monday where we're going to have our spring and summer con wrap up. We're going to have 2 guests. That video, but that'll be awesome. Well, it doesn't have to be at the con itself. It could be outside around the convention.
I don't count it.
We don't count it.
There was crying involved.
There was crying involved. We don't count it.
All right.
Was it happy crying?
No.
It was me crying.
Oh, that's that one. Okay, we're not
We
going
don't count that.
We don't count that. We're not speaking of that. That's almost like Yowie Men at this point.
even though they're bringing that back to Savo.
We're bringing Yowie Men back?
That's it. Our game's
really?
coming back to Sabo Chat.
It might be. I know they're doing Yowie for men. The dollars. We'll
Hard
shout out
Gay
to
is
them.
coming back to Sabo Chat. Remember
Yeah.
that, folks.
Oh God!
Hey.
Oh.
Hard gay.
You heard it here, an exclusive. We've got Hard Gay back at Savo.
That guy who goes, Hado Gay Des, Hado! Say.
So yeah, your greatest recent convention memory.
Because
You have a bunch.
I know, I do.
we have nothing, really.
I have one, but
Is
we
it
don't.
is it the Holy Grail?
Stop kicking a pinata.
Okay, I won't take that from you.
even
Konnichiwa.
though it ends terribly.
Yeah.
Hold
it's-
on.
The night I don't remember.
The night he doesn't remember.
There you
I have
go.
no idea what happened.
That's an interesting story. So March Konnichiwa, I'm in Your Video Game Sucks 18 plus. That was really fun. That was really awesome. Thank you.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, we'll have to do that again.
I'm surprised somebody actually asked Killer Instinct. I was surprised.
And Chris was supposed to be in there.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, it wasn't. That was
Yeah,
him.
you were.
No,
That
I
was
wasn't.
me.
I wasn't scheduled for that.
Oh, okay.
I was leaving.
Okay.
I said
You
I was going to go to
going
the hot
for
tub party, have 1 or 2 drinks, and then
And
go
go
home.
Water.
That never happened.
1 or 2 drinks turned into about, I don't know, 3 flasks worth and a bottle.
Those flasks were filled from the bottle. Basically, we
Yeah.
filled the bottle.
Yeah, they killed the
And
bottle.
then the hot water made me
I
And-
don't remember what happened. I
Leave
wish
it-
I
almost
could.
passed
Leave it at
out
that.
in the hot tub, and Fusro Blah praised the sun.
Praise
Praise
the
the
mother-
sun!
Praise the sun.
Praise the
Blah.
sun.
So he had a nice
I'm the
romantic
mighty
evening with a
Blorfo
toilet. What?
I'm the mighty Blorfokin.
Yeah, I'm the mighty I am the mighty Blurtifican.
I wish I could remember that, just so I could have a better story to tell.
I remember some
Because
of it.
it was like the hangover the next morning. Me going around, what happened?
Oh, you don't want to know. I want to know.
I need to know.
Closure.
Tell me.
Need closure. What about you?
Me?
No,
Shaggy.
him.
Shaggy.
Let me play you wonderful music of my people on my wonderful bass face.
Your face.
On my
Walking around
It's
with
out
the
of tune.
fish.
walk around with a giant fish, holding it, dressed in the feline kangaroo from Monster Hunter, with playing it, going like this. Let me play you the song on my people on my wonderful bass. That's a bass bass, people. Bass.
Bass.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me play you the scales on my piano.
Yeah.
And they're like, go away. I'm like, doon, 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 doon.
So, yeah,
And I pick it up and I walk away, and I'm like, God, go away. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear music jokes. But it's not a music joke. It's a fish joke.
Oh, what show were we watching that was all puns? Cool McCool! Go spend 10 minutes with the first episode of that on Hulu. Oda would love it because it's all pun. Every line is a pun.
Cool McCool.
We couldn't finish the first episode.
The theme was a lie. We thought he was going to be this cool, swag, badass with Lucky as a superpower. No, it was him with pun as a superpower.
You?
I'll pick one from AX since that was the most recent con. Because Fanime was just like all good memories for me.
Can we list a full con?
Right? That's basically what Fanime was for me. That's like my great con memory, is just Fanime. But at AX, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened at AX, but this probably was like my highlight of the weekend. Let me take you back to January. Okay, we're back in January. Okay, I was working for a local convention called TaioCon, and I ended up being a guest liaison for a voice actor named Patrick Sates. And for those of you who don't recognize the name, which I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, he voices Ragna in Blaze Blue. He's Simon from da-da-da-da. What else?
He's going to be Sky High.
He's going to be Sky High and Tiger and Bunny. He's all around a really awesome voice actor, and I'm like super in love with Ragna, so I was not only like peeing my pants that this guy was going to be at a con that I was working at, but I got to pick him up from the airport and basically make sure that he had a good weekend. So he was a really nice guy, like not even high maintenance or demanding at all, and I had a good time with him that weekend, and that was basically it. And I didn't think I'd ever like hear from him again. I figured I might see him again at a con someday. I don't know. But I'd heard he was going to be at AX, and the thing about AX is that they don't technically list everybody who's going to be there, so I had no fucking clue that like the entire Tiger and Bunny dub cast was going to be there. But we went into the dealer's hall on Friday, and we saw Patrick in there. He was like signing autographs and stuff, and I thought about like jumping through the line and being like, oh my god, do you remember me? But I figured there was no way in hell that he would remember me.
Especially in costume.
Well, I was wearing something he'd seen me in before, but yeah, I was wearing Mommy.
Oh, okay.
So he'd seen me in Mommy before, but I was like, I don't want to be like super weird and like get possibly kicked out. For people would just think I was fucking crazy. So I was like, well, you know, hopefully we'll see him at a panel or something later this weekend. AX is such a huge con that, and there's so many people that I didn't think we'd run into him again. So I think it was Sunday. You and I are in the dealer's hall, and you're like obsessing over the White Schwartz cards, and I'm like bored and upset because I'm wearing this costume that I don't like, and I hear my name, and I turn around, and it's Patrick. I might add, I'm wearing a dress where the skirt is completely see-through, and like the entire back is cut out. There's like an indent going down to my butt crack. So this is like kind of the last thing you'd want people to catch you wearing. But I hear my name. I know, but it was just kind of like, oh my god. It was like kind of embarrassing. But it was Patrick. And I was like, oh my god, it's Patrick! And I hugged him, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't think you'd ever remember me. And like, he had never seen me in that costume or in that wig before, so I was completely floored that he remembered me. And so I was like, oh my god, it's Patrick, and I hugged him, and he talked, and it was sexy, and I just really like his voice. But yeah, and we took a picture with him, and I still have it, and so now I have 2 pictures of me and Patrick Sates, and it just really made my whole weekend that, you know, at this huge-ass con, an actual guest of the convention saw me, found me, remembered me, and
Calls you by name.
Called me, yeah, remembered my name, and actually took the time to like stop and say hello to me. That was just really
I know
amazing.
what someone was dreaming about that night. For those of you wondering, my hearts were depleted, so I had to go get a potion.
But that's a magic potion.
No, it's not. Monster Hunter. Potions are green.
Potions
There are potions that are green for health.
Hold on. I can one-up you real quick.
No!
Wait.
No restoring your mana potion.
Not mine.
You don't need mana. Go ahead. He's going to be a
my turn. And mine's also from AX. And
You have a potion, right?
mine's a great memory as well as it ends with a very sad...
If you do what I think you're doing, I'm throwing a metal cup at you.
Potions mixed with honey makes a mega potion.
Ian, watch out. Damn, mine sucked.
Yup. Anyway, so
It was empty.
there was this awesome
Is there a
thing
stir
that
stick?
happened.
Yes.
One of the there's a ninja in our midst.
Hey, mine a mega potion?
You're welcome.
So there was
I can say that.
There was a post made by one of the famous cosplayers that was going to be at AX that they were going to hold a Fate Zero Holy Grail War. And you could go there and you can get the chance to become one of the masters of the servants. She was going to be one of the servants. Take you back a few, maybe 1 or 2 years, Joyce has been fangirling over this cosplayer named Marida, who is awesome and does really awesome work, and she's a really nice person, really, really cool. Take you back to Fanime. We're on the... She's going to be Saber for the Fate Zero Holy Grail War. So, my entire goal is to dress up as Shiro and become the master of Saber. So I'm sitting there and I'm around a bunch of people and they're going through the master servant selection process, and some of it's really, really funny. Like, it was really enjoyable. I wish I could find video of it. And then we get to Saber. Marida steps out and she's all like, "Who wants to?" And of course my hand shoots up and she picks me out of the crowd with 4 other people. And she asked three questions. Her first question was name 3 of my knights, to which case 2 people could not answer the question and were asked to leave the court. And then when the third person was going to go to answer, the mediator thought this was a little too difficult and decided to ask to change the question. And I was like, wait. I want to do this still. I want to answer this. So I decided to answer the question, and then she answered her next one. She asked her next one, I'm sorry. Which was, if you caught a traitor and you missed, what would you do with them? And I answered that, and I stayed in it. And then her final servants challenge question was, what would you prepare a feast for her with? And Joyce is sitting in the crowd at this time, and she's mouthing a word to me, and she's trying to get me to say this word, which dates back to a Carnival Phantasm episode, where they feed Lancer to Saber, to Lion Saber specifically. And I'm standing there baffled. I'm like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't understand. I can't read her lips because I'm not that good at it. So I turn and I look at, did it taste good?
That was the best mega potion I've ever had.
Monster Hunter themed drinks.
What's
Hurrah!
So
You're probably out of frame.
I'm probably out of frame on that, but I
a
don't
little.
care.
So I answered with a nice, lean piece of mutton on the bone, cooked till it's nice, tender, and juicy, just to the point where it's about to fall off the bone. I was originally also coming up with more things to feed Saber, because Saber likes to eat. So she picked me, which was a spectacular thing. I got to stand next to her in pictures, and that was really cool. And then, so the Holy Grail War comes out. I did a little bit of research, and I made it into the top 2. I'm pretty sure I would have won, though, hadn't we had to go to rock, paper, scissors, which kind of sucked. So, but that's still my greatest memory. And AX was just like amazing for me, even though being broke kind of like wrecked it a little bit. But that definitely was awesome. So this is getting posted in a little bit, and I don't know. Should I make it live or should I just record a start of that?
For what?
Arkham Asylum.
You should probably do it live if we continue with what we're doing.
It'd be a
It looks like we're going to be doing it live.
Yay!
We'll do it live! We'll do it live!
Live!
So, we're live! On Saturday Night Live! So I'm gonna turn
Do it
this.
live.
I'm gonna turn this
We're
off.
doing
I'm
it
gonna
live.
get it converted for
Live
you
from
guys.
New York! It's Saturday night!
So I'm
We're
gonna get
not
this.
nerds.
We need Chip and Dale dancers.
I don't want to rip off these buttons.
So I'm
No!
gonna stop this. Let's say
All right.
goodbye.
Now I said goodbye. This is the end of it. I've
Bye-bye.
returned. My people
So-
are safe.
Bye-bye, all the Italian Walker people.
Did you just call them testicles?
No.
He wanted to call them tallywhackers.
Isn't that the same as testicles?
So
They
thank you
both
for
dangle and
another
they go ticky-tack.
AmeetsV. We
Hit
hope.
space bomb. I am done.
Hold on. I gotta do it my left because that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, for those of you wondering, I finished assembling the RX-78
I am
while
still,
we were doing this at the
Hold on.
beginning.
And then there's a gun cannon and another one. I don't know what that one
There's
is.
a gun cannon. We can't. So what you thinking about?
So, I'm thinking about my gun cannon and stuff.
He's thinking about you too.
Come
And then
Okay.
a goof custom.
Yeah, which is right over there. So
You want to do a quick tour of the living room?
That'll be later, my friend.
I gotta find the bag.
that'll be on the update. We'll do the update. We'll do the
I'm thinking about destroying
update on Saturday.
Okay.
All right, so we'll film a
Remember,
nice
Chris,
update on you for you
I'm
guys
just-
on
I'm thinking
Saturday.
about destroying socks and
We're gonna
stuff.
gear up to play Arkham Asylum.
Okay,
I'm
Mike.
gonna get this set up and I'm gonna get this converted. Thank you guys for joining us on another AmeetsV.
I don't
We hope
care.
our goofy antics were wonderful.
So what you
And-
thinking about?
Not you.
Bullshit.
Um,
That's good.
Yay!
He's lying on me.
yeah.
I'm thinking about bugs and knowledge and stuff.
Well, this one's gonna be 18 plus.
They all are.